Let's meet Samson Balogun. Good morning to you.
Well, top of the morning to you, top of the morning to you, viewers too. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Dominion Sports. And of course, it's really nice to be here to talk sports once again. There's a lot to unpack on this show. A lot happened over the weekend. As you rightly said, you know, Mondays are for reactions. You know, a lot of
and these reactions are not looking. They are not looking
too good.
But
most definitely, this is what we do. We dissect them and see where the positives and negatives are. The reason we do analysis is not because we want to castigate or you know make anyone feel bad about what they have done, but most definitely to actually make some corrections
and look for a way forward. Going forward. Falayegbe, good morning to you.
And good morning to you. My mouth is heavy this morning, but we thank God for keeping us.
Why is your mouth heavy this morning?
We thank God.
Up my you.
All right, let's take the local story this wonderful morning from the camp of the NPFL. Let's look at the NPFL table. There you have it. But actually, we got a sad story from the referee board that one of the referees passed away, before the game. We're going to take that story, but before that, let's see the NPFL fixtures for the weekend. And let's see if Samson's prediction and Falayebe's prediction for the weekend came to pass. Actually, for Ikorodu City, Samson made it and he said, Toluwanimi, this is going to be a dead rubber game, for Barrow FC. They're not going to pick up a victory, and Ikorodu City did that, perfectly. Also,
even
Yimba, yes, you also said that. But the shocking one for me is Plateau United, who are here to pick up a point this season, and they won on their own top against the defending champions, Remo Stars. Something for you, looking at the fixtures, Benden Insurance, all their goals this season, it reminds you of a certain Brentford United, with, the long throw.
That was the era of Rory Delap at Stoke City.
Delap at Stoke City also, remembering that. Also, Plateau United victory, there you have Kun Khalifat also picking up a victory. Canopilas, we talked about them on Friday, and it looks like, a rejuvenated side. Ahmed Musa getting the goal right there. Rivers United, come on. But something quick one. Let's analyze the fixtures. There you have it for you.
Yeah, I think the only surprise of the weekend was is not far-fetched, but most definitely majority of the results were more or less like how it was going to be. But Plateau United defeating Remo Stars
was not what you saw.
Was not what I thought was going to happen. I was rooting for Remo Stars to get at least a draw away from home, being the defending champion, and of course they recruited a few more players to show up that team. But most definitely, it didn't work out as planned, and I think this is the time for their coach Daniel Omugumore, who has been absent for some time, to come back into the fray and see how they can make some changes. We can't afford to see the defending champions losing to Plateau United. That's not looking too good. But then I know that he is one tactical coach that knows exactly what the problem is, knows how to fix it, and then knows how to move forward from there. So that would be really important. But then, surprise of the day was Kun Khalifat defeating El Kanemi Warriors by 3-1. I knew they were going to win.
Okay.
But I just didn't see it coming. It was going to be 3 goals. I was thinking, 2-1, 1 goal to nothing. But then 3-1, I think that's a fantastic result against El Kanemi Warriors. One of the teams you would say, they have really been a surprise of the season. But then at least they got their fair share of defeats so far this season against Kun Khalifat. Also, a newly promoted side. So interestingly, that's a battle between newly promoted sides. But then, going forward, you see another result of Kwara United getting a draw away from home against Warri Wolves. Kwara United this season, they have seemed to be a team to be a little bit, I'm beginning to see a little bit of difference in how they played last season to what they are doing this season. Probably they are pumped up by the fact that they know they will be playing, on the continent this season. Maybe that is helping them a little bit, but then we have seen a little bit difference. And then straight back to Ikorodu, which I said,
your prediction was you did give Ikorodu City the win, Fola? Did you say Ikorodu City was going to win that game against Barra?
I actually said they were not going to lose, but because against Barra, that we shouldn't think that
what Barra can do in that game. Okay, go ahead, Samson.
I think Yimba now they are trying to find their redeem.
Their redeem,
away to Bayelsa United that came to Ibadan to defeat Shooting Stars. And of course, 2-0 away from home. And I think Coach Monday Odige was attacked by a friend of the chairman of Yimba Football Club. He was not, at the press stand, had to send his assistant to avoid the $1 million fine, by the NFF. But then, I think there should be a way we separate business from friendship, business from the usual things we always see. this man has been paid to do a job. He was getting it right until Eyimba came to Bayelsa and defeated them. And I think that is not the end of life. We have 38 games that we have only been able to play 4. So someone should just tell the friend of the chairman to calm down a little bit. I mean, the coach should not be under pressure at this time. I mean, were they expecting...
You might not know the investment that have gone into the team.
But still, you should...
I get that.
You should not get to that stage when you resort to physical assault just to drive a point home. I think that is totally bad. And that does not speak well of our sports in Nigeria. So if that is happening to Eyimba, that should know better. How much more of a team like Kun Khalifat coming on board for the first time, coming
Bara
to the
FC
NPFL, Bara FC also coming. So if they do that, so we will now set Eyimba as a reference. I mean, that should not happen. That should not happen. They should know better. Now it's going back to Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan. I told you that the best result they will get away from home against Rivers United will be a draw.
All right.
Yes, they stuck their neck out. Almost got there, but unfortunately miscommunication at the back, just like it happened against Bayelsa United. The same thing repeated itself. And I'm an advocate of corrections. When you spot an error, you are able to correct it. That's your job as a coach. That's your job as an assistant coach.
As a match analyst.
As a match analyst. We are committing, some... I think it was a lapse in concentration. That was exactly what happened against Bayelsa United. Communication between a defender. Leave the ball. I'm coming for it. And then he leaves the ball. The goalkeeper comes for it. Clear that ball because I'm never going to get it to the ball. This is how defenders communicate. There was a point I was saying, Mustafa Lawal would have done better. Goswill was in goal.
Fantastic
Gift, rather, was in goal. But, he pulled off, some fantastic saves. Unfortunately, his best was not enough. But one thing that was clear was that as Shooting Stars right now, there are 3 top goalkeepers that will walk into the starting 11 and make a difference. He did that because he could have been worse than that. Ismail also had a fantastic chance in the first half to score. Unfortunately, he could not convert, fluffed his lines. And also, that tells the coach that we need to start practicing on how to bury our chances.
Actually, we're going to come to Shooting Stars this morning, but let's look at the standings, what it looks like. Fola, for you, we're going to have the display right now on the screen. There you have it. We have the standing for the NPFL fixtures for match day 4. All right, there we have it on the screen. We have Eyimba, we have Rivers, we have Warri, we have Wiki Tourist, we have Nasarawa United. Eyimba sitting on 8 points. We have Rivers on 8 points also. We have Warri Wolves. We have Wiki Tourist. But for you, looking at the bottom of the table, 18, 19, and 20, we have Plateau United with their first win this season. Shooting Stars with 2 points, and also Barua with 2 points. For you, what's it looking like? For the likes of Kano Pillars, Plateau, Shooting Stars, and Barua. I know it's still early, in the season, but come on. They say as you lay your bed, come on.
As you said, I'm not surprised. I'm sad for Shooting, but I'm not surprised. With everything they've done this season, with how they've, with the last home game they played and how they behaved, how the lack of communication and the use of tired players, and I'm not surprised. Am I sad? Do I want us to walk better? Yes. But for Barua FC, I'm not surprised also because they're a newly promoted side and they're facing teams that have been in the NPFL for some time now. They have to acclimatize with this kind of
system.
Exactly.
I agree.
For Plateau United, I'm even
Maybe
sad.
This win against Remo Stars.
Exactly. I'm even sad for this kind of team to beat Remo Stars. I'm sad, but we cannot underestimate players in NPFL in the NPFL in this season.
All right. Let's listen to our coach Nuruddin Aweruru speaking after the game against Rivers United, and we'll be back to get an update from that.
Rivers United. What's your overall impression of the game here today? Your team lost by a goal to nothing. Tell us how you feel about the game and your thoughts about the game generally.
I want to encourage my players to bring more blood. They did all they can to manage the pressure. The pressure was from every side, corners, different angles. But kudos to them. For them to have managed to to cope with the pressure and give out their best. So I want to tell my players to do more.
You get it carried off. Okay, Coach, it's basically the 4th game into the season, and from what we saw, your team lost today, but from what we saw, they indeed seemed ready and different for the season. Now, how do these first few games of the season, how does it put you forward going into the rest of the season? It's a revamped Shooting Stars, we must agree, that we have seen this season, though yet to win a game. Does that in any way dampen your morale going for further games?
Yes, yet to win a game does not dampen my morale. I only just observe that we are getting better on each game, and I want to believe we are still going to get better. The league just started. I don't want to believe in the couple of matches we played that we didn't win the match. I still want to believe the boys can do better than this. And today shows to me that the boys are ready to get better. Yeah, we are still going to give out our best, and we keep working hard and to see how we can get better.
Okay, so Coach, you've seen the expertise of your team, and that is solely based on your goalkeeper, Ekana God's gift. As a matter of fact, he was so brilliant, and is arguably the man of the match. So, is Ekana the best goalkeeper in the Nigerian Premier Football League?
Sincerely speaking, he's one of the best. He has the confidence. He's very skillful, tactical goalkeeper. And for what he did, that is not a new thing for me. I know the guy can do it better. And I want to encourage him more to do more.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
All right, there you have Coach Nuruddin Awerero speaking, to the media team after the game against Rivers United, coming from a defeat. It's just 2 points for Shooting Stars. Samson Balogun, you are, one of the top guns when it comes to understanding the game with Shooting Stars. Where we are at this point in time, Samson, what's the way forward? I can understand that, we can give Coach Nuruddin Awerero some time, to still put some things in check going forward. But, the fans are agitated. And the next time is going to be against Kun Khalifat, a Kun Khalifat that won, their own game right there. For you, Samson, what's the way forward?
Well, I think the coach is, just that, sometimes when you are doing so much, and the result is not in your favor, people think you are doing nothing.
True.
I want to believe that the coach, Nuruddin Awerero, is one of the best coaches you would have in the NPFL this season when it comes to technical ingenuity and what he brings to the table as regards how he plays. So he's one of the best coaches in the NPFL this season, regardless of the current state of results. Yeah. Now, as it stands, I've seen the team evolve over the past 4 games. What we saw yesterday is totally different from what we saw
in the home game.
In the home game. Now, what that says is that even when major changes are made in the team because they are playing away from home, some players have to be rested because of the journey what it takes to execute an away game in the NPFL. We have seen that all these players now, some of them are now in sync, not all. All these players now, they are now trying to play as a team, just that, there are just few last details to be added, which is when you have created so much chances, you are not burying them. I think, even against Rivers United, they created chances. In fact, at the point they hit the woodwork.
The woodwork.
They almost got a goal. So if that had gone in, we will not be talking about a defeat now. Probably we'll be talking about they got a result from that, even if it was a draw. And sometimes when you score first against your opponent, you don't even know what is in their head. They might just not get it right again until the game ends, and then you run away as with all 3 points. So, how do we go forward when it comes to burying chances? How many strikers do they even have as Shooting Stars right now? The only recognizable striker at Shooting Stars, as we speak, that I know, is Sadiq Ibrahim. And Sadiq Ibrahim is prone to injury.
Yeah, and he can't do the job, for 38 games. Come on. He can't do the job.
A lot. So, when the season started, even after some players were named, they still brought in a striker. They brought in another midfielder. Have they added to firepower at Shooting Stars? I have not seen it.
Not now.
Now, we still have some players who are out injured. Joshua Akpan, for example, is still out injured. He's one of the best players we'll talk about when it comes to playing, several roles on the field of play, can play as a central midfielder, can play on the flanks on the left, and can also play behind the striker. So he's still out injured. And I know the coach is banking on him to actually come on board and make a change. These are things the coach is still yet to be able to define as shooting stars. And I have always said this thing, I don't know if anyone follows, but the thing is, when you have so many players.
Actually, if you have almost 30 players in your squad,
Alex Agawa,
how do you churn out the best?
The first 11. Alex Agawa has only played once this season out of 4 games.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best players you want to bank on in the shooting stars team.
Yeah.
So if all your best players, the perceived best players who have actually played for this team for at least 1 or 2 seasons before the coach came, if they are not around, where does this coach go moving forward?
Yeah.
I don't want to buy the idea of, they should have left Benga Ogunbote, who was doing fine. Even at the time when the coach is doing really fine, they leave the team. Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool for Ancelotti to come on board, so it doesn't matter how well he did last season. Yes, he was given the chance. For 3 consecutive seasons, shooting stars were not able to muster a challenge to play on the continent. Yeah. So it means that a change was necessary. Even if it is 1 year, 2 years that you have spent, even 5 years, change is constant. So we need to get used to the new style of Nuruddin Aweroro. He has come on board. We have seen changes in how shooting stars play. But then, let that be translated to results on the field of play. And that includes being able to keep all the important players fit, and that goes to the physiotherapist. You don't want to keep too many players on the treatment table, because if you do that, you have failed as a physiotherapist in the team. So you should look at his procedures, his processes. If it is not in favor of the shooting star players, probably you should change it. That also goes to the fitness coach. So if your style does not suit these players and then puts them on the treatment table all the time, you should probably make a change. They are not used to it. Maybe you should try as much as possible to change your fitness routine to suit the players in the team.
All right, so quick one to Folayegbe and Samson, because we need to move on to the next story now. We have so much to cover this morning. Just quick one. The next game is going to be against Kun Khalifat. And if they don't get the result against Kun Khalifat, do you think the end is near? Fola?
Well, for me, yes. I think, do I think they should the end be near? No. But for the system, the organization is actually going to have to, because they want results. They've put in so much in the revamping of the team, but they would want to start getting the results. So do I think the end will be near if they do not get a result?
Against Kun Khalifat?
Most likely.
Samson, quickly, for you?
Well, I think, the people who understand the project, the fans might not,
but the management, I was about coming to that. The fans might not.
The management does. They know exactly what an uphill task, Nuruddin Aweroro has been put on board to do. You see, the challenge is not limited to the result on the field of play. I think it is, expanded to how shooting stars is being run as a team. And ever since, we have seen changes in how shooting stars as a team is being run. We see transparency in the number of tickets being sold, how much the team makes, and then how branding has come to be a major thing. I think that for now has been a consolation for the people who currently watch shooting stars. But then for how long will they be able to stretch? How long can they wait?
That's one of the people that have said, how many, old guns for shooting stars have phones in their hand that can look at what the media team have been doing over the years, what they care about as a result.
And that's where we need to do more by doing what we do, by explaining exactly what is going on. I, for one, am not a friend of Nuruddin Aweroro. I'm not a brother to him. I do not know him from anywhere.
You're not even friend to Honorable
Taiwo Salami. I think I've only met him 3 times, and on those 3 occasions it was just strictly business. So we do not have a relationship. So I have no business defending him. Oftentimes I've come here to say, look, what he's doing is totally wrong, and we don't want him to do that. If shooting stars is going to move forward as a team. So we have seen situations like that. So the reason I went to that route is because I want to be expressly clear to people who watch us that you see, at this time, the coach actually needs time This is a new project. I am a lover of results too. It makes me happy when I go to cover a football game and then the team I have actually gone there because of them is actually doing fine. We saw a little bit of that last season, the season before when Shooting Stars will play and win at home. You are almost sure of what you write when you are writing your match report.
Yeah.
So it's you know, almost like that. Sometimes you while you close your eyes, you know what exactly you are going to write.
Yeah.
But you know, as it stands, it's been difficult for people like us who write match reports, who, you know, bring out stories after the game. It's difficult to actually put something down because it is always in the negative and the people don't want to read that.
They don't want
so it affects us too. So let's just think and give the coach a chance.
So something
10 games. 10 games wouldn't be a bad idea.
Hold on, something, because I want us to move forward. You're yet to answer my question. I know you too well, and when it comes to answering questions like this, I need to answer my question. Is the end near for Coach Nurudeen?
I don't think after 4 games.
If it's not getting a win against Kun Khalifat, is the end near?
I don't think that will be the end. I think that will be, you know, the beginning to an end. Yeah, I think that will be the beginning to an end, but that would not be the end.
Okay.
Kun Khalifat will come to Lakers Alami Stadium. I'm almost certain that Shooting Stars will get a result in that game. Okay. Shooting Stars will get a result.
It should.
Because when it comes to, you see, what your supporters, what they do when opposition teams come, especially for newbies who don't understand what it means to play in the NPFL. The crowd at Shooting Stars at Lakers Alami Stadium will do a lot of, you know, magic and will be a massive support for the Shooting Stars players. I just hope the coach gets his starting 11 right, gets his formation right. I know he has studied how Kun Khalifat plays this season. They are very fast on the break.
Yeah, actually,
and if you can actually pin them down and then make your midfielders do the job, I think we're going to get results here.
All right, that's the update coming from Shooting Stars right there, and we'll be looking forward to that game against Kun Khalifat. We'll be here to analyze that game bit by bit just for you.